Shalom, Yashrala. This is your brother Dawadah, coming back at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praises unto Yahawah, Bahashem, YAHAWASHI, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of great Millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you, Akim, pushing this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. So I want to jump into this here lesson dealing with, you having this here truth and what you're doing with it. All right. So like the scriptures say, you need to be, how do I say, putting this here work out, flipping this here work, you don't want to be like your uncle, your dad, or your granddad or whatever, whatnot, that's been accumulating other people's junk with the thought of repairing certain things and then wind up selling it, picking up old computers or whatever, whatnot, saying one day, I'm going to put these computers back together, fix them all up and sell them, or these old cars. I'm just picking up somebody was throwing this here, you're getting rid of this here car, or this old TV and all it needs is a plug, But then lo and behold, a month go by, 2 months, 3 months, a year, 2 years go by, and all this here, stuff is being accumulated inside the damn garage, and he ain't doing nothing with it, So the plan was to get this here stuff, do a little work to it, and go out and make a profit off of it, all right? But nevertheless, you're not going to make a profit off of it. You're just collecting this here stuff just sort of sit on your shelf. You're never going to get the, the profit in which you were striving for, all right? And the truth is the same way, all right? You can't just get this here truth and sit there and hold on to it and expect the Lord to be dealing with you, and getting salvation just by holding on to this here truth. There's a lot of people who are out there who come across this Israelite, information. They're Israelites, and then they just want, they don't think they have to go out to the highways and the byways and actually push forth this here truth. They want to just so-called get themselves together. I'm just working on me and myself. The scriptures say work out thy own salvation. I'm only trying to get me and my family straight. I don't got to go preach to everybody else. The Lord will wake them up. But that's not how it's supposed to be. That's not how it's done, man. The Lord sent forth his prophets. All right. He said, I will send for many fishers and they shall fish them. All right. Go out to the highways and the byways and bid as many to the marriage as thou can find. All right. So this is what, the men of the Lord is supposed to be doing with the information that they was given. All right. As you receive freely, freely give. All right. So this is Matthew 25, verse 14. For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who calleth his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. And unto one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, and every man according to his several ability, and straightway took his journey. All right. Basically is Yahawashi, when Yahawashi wound up leaving, he wound up giving us the Holy Spirit. All right. And he gave us, every man was given his own measure of faith. All right. Every man was given, like the scripture also say, we're many members, but one body. So you have your role and your position to play, man. All right. If you was just a little pinky toe, you know what I'm saying? Or just a follicle of hair on somebody's head, man, you got to do your part, man. All right. Because you may be thinking of it as, oh, I'm just one follicle of hair. But guess what? All those follicles of hair will add up to making what? A whole afro or something like that, Just imagine if, somebody who has like, let's say a woman with long hair or whatever, whatnot, right? But she's missing, all these follicles of hair. Then all of a sudden now she's bald, Nevertheless, each and every one of those strands of hair make up the whole so-called hairstyle or whatever that she has or whatever, whatnot, Every little small piece is going to make up, the bigger picture, So it says, verse 15, and to one he gave 5 talents unto, and another 2, and another 1, every man according to his several ability, and straightway took his journey. Then he that had received 5 talents went and traded with the same, and made them 5 other talents. And likewise, he that received 2, he also gained another other 2. But he that had received 1 went and digged in the earth and hid his Lord's money. All right. And so, like I was saying, man, this is like, the analogy of your dad or your uncle, your granddad or whatever, whatnot, who's picking up all this here stuff. It's like, you got 3 different guys, right? One guy, or let's just say 2 guys, right? One guy then went out, was picking up all this here scrap computer parts or whatever, whatnot, or old cars. They was going around finding people with old cars sitting in their yards, You got 2 different guys. So both of these guys are collecting these cars, putting them in their backyard, with the desire to fix them all up and wind up selling them. You know what? I'm going to get these old cars, I'm out these people's yards. I'm going to do a little work to them or whatever, whatnot. And I'm going to start selling old cars, But then you have one dude who wound up actually doing this, all right? And he was actually selling some cars, And then the other dude, he just pretty much left it there in his yard. He's like, oh, one day I'm going to get to it. One day I'm going to get to it. Basically, at the end all be all, you got these 2 guys. One guy's got a lot full of cars that he wanted taking and repairing, and he's now actually selling them. So he's making an income off of this here, buying, getting these cars and repairing them. And then you got the other guy who's basically got a yard full of cars that's just sitting this junk, he moved one car out of each person's yard and collectively put them all into his yard. Now he's just got everybody else's cars just sitting inside his yard, you know. Continuing on, verse 19. After a long time, the Lord of whose the servants cometh and reckon with them. And so he that had received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou hast delivered unto me 5 talents, but behold, I gain besides them 5 talents more. His Lord said unto him, Well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. So he wound up taking these 5 talents, all right, and putting them to work and flipping those 5 talents that he got, all right, whatever the Lord gave him, you know, whether it be a lot or whether it be a little, he went out and he did the work with it, all right. He wound up flipping it and making a profit off of it, all right. So this is like the analogy of the one dude who went and took, you know, he wound up getting a whole lot of these cars and bringing them into his yard and putting in a lot of work, all right. He started out with 5 cars in his yard. He went and flipped those cars. Now he didn't went and bought with that money. He didn't went and bought 5 better cars, and now he's flipping those cars, and he got him a damn a repair shop / dealership going, you know. And it all started with him having a couple cars in his backyard and working on those cars. But because he was doing work and flipping these cars, guess what? His name got out there. Hey, y'all know that dude down there who be buying them old cars and be hooking them up, and he be selling them for the low, man. Y'all need to go out there and check him out, boy. And now all of a sudden he got business left and right, to the point now to where, look, shit, man, I'm about to make this my full-time job. Business is jumping so well, you know. Verse 22, he also that had received 2 talents came and said, Lord, thou hast delivered unto me 2 talents. Behold, I gained two other talents beside them. His Lord said unto him, Well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. So this guy, he had less amount, but yet and still he did the same amount with it, you know. So the first guy was getting these cars and fixing them all up or whatever, whatnot, to the point to where he got him a used car dealership and repair shop, you know. He moved out of his backyard and now he's selling cars, you know. He got him a little lot and he's actually selling cars as a full-time business. The second guy, he didn't get as many cars and he wasn't moving as many cars as the first guy, but yet and still he was still turning a profit, you know. He would get as many cars as he could fit into his backyard and work on at one point in time. You know, every time he was bringing in a new car, he was selling another car, you know. So business was going. He didn't have enough cars to be buying and selling to make a whole dealership out of, but yet and still he got this little side business that's still booming. You know, like, shit, I ain't making as much as them, but I'm still making me a profit, you know. And then the Lord was like, look, shit, if you was, you know, if you know, both of y'all guys, you know, first dude, you was able to make your car dealership up out of this. The second guy, you still turning business. Fuck that. Y'all was, you know, you was faithful over this little small matter that I gave you. Now I'm about to give you a brand new car dealership where you ain't even got to repair the cars. I'm gonna just be sending you these brand new cars, and all you got to do is just pretty much post up, man. This is basically like, you know, you was selling some old used beat up cars on the side of the road you was picking up. Now I'm gonna give you a Ford dealership or a Chevy dealership. You ain't even got to advertise that shit because everybody know the name of Ford and Chevy. You just post up and if people gonna come, bro, you gonna make money. You just sit back and relax. Everything's gonna be all good, you know. Verse 24. Then he which had received 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee I knew thee thou art a hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast that is thine. You know, so he basically wanted to give YAHAWASHI back the 1 talent, you know, that he wound up giving him. You know, I gave you this here one and you just sat on it and you didn't do nothing with it, you know. So again, giving you the analogy of the dudes who, you know, getting these old cars and putting them in their yard or whatever, whatnot, to fix them. This guy had the same plan as everybody else, you know. I'm going to get these here cars. I'm going to go out, grab these cars. I'm going to work on them in my backyard. And then I'm going to get them right. And I'm going to go out and sell them. You know, so now, you know, a month, 2 months go by. He been picking up these old raggedy ass cars or whatever, whatnot. And now they're just sitting in his backyard. You know, one day I'm going to get this and I'm going to get that, you know. Keep making excuses, man. When I get enough, you know, I only got a couple cars back here now. But when I get enough, I'm going to start working on them and I'm going to start selling them, you know. But now his wife coming to him like, look, bro, you got the whole backyard full of these old raggedy ass cars, grass growing up around them. You ain't even went and worked on not one of them. You know what I'm saying? You just spending money to get these old pieces of junk, and you just sitting on them. You ain't doing nothing with them. You know, you telling everybody, you going around telling everybody, yeah, man, I'm about to have these cars. I'm about to start fixing them up, about to start selling them. Hey, man, when I start selling these cars, I got to come buy them from me, you know? And people are, all right, I'll buy them from you. But then you never got nothing to sell them with, or you never got nothing fixed to wind up selling. So, you know, you just basically sitting on you sitting on really you sitting on a treasure that you can't even really reap because you ain't even put forth the work for it. You know, it's like you know how they go panning for gold. You got you got a bunch of gold inside the dirt, but because you didn't sift the gold from the dirt, you just pretty much got a pile of dirt that you still got to do some work to get the gold out of. But because you being lazy, you're never gonna be able to get that gold to go and reap and cash it in for money. All right. Verse 27. Thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, then at my coming should I have received my own at usury. You know, hey man, just like, you know, the analogy I'm giving about the cars, like, yo man, if you wasn't going to actually sit here and do the work on fixing these cars and selling them outright, you know what I'm saying? The least you could have did was took the cars down to the recycle yard and got them crushed and got a little bit of money off of it. You could have got something off of it. But because I gave you this here little money to start your little side business, you went and you bought up all these cars, but they just sitting in the back. Now I ain't got no money coming up off of that, man. It's just sitting there. You just sitting on it at all. I ain't got no profit being turned from it, you know? Verse 28, therefore take the talent from him and give it unto him which hath 10 talents. All right, so what? The gift that you was given gonna wind up being taken away from you, you know? And it's gonna be given into another person that's a more profitable servant, you know? Just, again, in the same analogy about these guys, these three different guys, you know? You know, the third guy wound up just sitting on all these different cars. The first guy got him a brand new car dealership. The second guy, you know what I'm saying? He turning cars out of his backyard. He ain't got as many cars, but he's still turning cars. So guess what? The third guy, since you just sitting on it, you got a yard full of cars that you ain't doing nothing to, go ahead and give it to the second guy or give it to the first guy. You know what I'm saying? Because look, you know, give it to the first guy. He got a brand new car dealership. Now he got new and used cars he can be getting rid of, you know? And he's got a repair shop. You ain't doing nothing with my money, man. So it's just sitting there accumulating debt right now. It's not even, you know, I could have just went out and gave it, basically put it in the bank, and I would have made interest off of that, you know. It would have been a slow increase, you know what I'm saying, but it would have been an increase. At least, you know, I gave you $10 and I come back and you still got the same $10, bro. You know what I'm saying? I could have let somebody borrow this and charged them a little interest with it, you know, we would have been all right. Or put it in the bank, it would have, you know, gained a little interest, you know. I could have gave it to one dude and turned $10 to $100, you know what I'm saying? He out there flipping it, but you know, it would have been better for you to sit there and take the money and put it into the bank. You know, I probably only would have made $2 in interest, but at least I gave you $10. You would have came back with $12, man. That's more than what I gave you, you know. For all that, I could have took the money with me on the trip that I went on and came back with the same amount of money, man. All right? And that's likened unto this here truth, man. You're not supposed to take this here truth and just take it in for your own self and just have it for you and your own, man. Because, wow, there's men on the highways and the byways that's out here preaching. They got the knowledge. They got the understanding of what's going on. But guess what? They're going back out and feeding it into the lost sheep of the house of Israel, man. Giving them the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. All right? Just like me, right? There was a point in time where I didn't have this information, this here truth, man. But because there was men on the highways and the byways, all right, the men of the Lord was out on the highways and the byways preaching this, all right, there was a way for me to be able to come across this here information for me to be able to eat, all right? Or another analogy, because there was how they say, soup kitchens out there giving out, you know, soup to the needy and whatnot, you know, I was able to walk across and go get me a good hearty meal, you know. But, you know, and flip side of that, there are no how you say, those soup kitchens, nobody out there feeding nobody, but you got your own food inside in your own house. Yeah, you eating, but everybody else can't eat. You know what I'm saying? So you need to take what the Lord gave you and wind up flipping it, whether it be a lot or whether it be a little. You know, not everybody's going to have the same measure that was given unto them, all right? There's many members, but one body, all right? So if you was just giving a little small information, man, maybe you were, you know, you was giving something, maybe you got like video editing skills and you know how to make just fly videos or whatnot to further illustrate things, put that to work. Or maybe you know, you watch a lot of the news and, hey, there's a brother that I watched that's not necessarily in this here truth, but hey, his videos are still edifying because why? He's showing basically the destruction and the coming of the Lord with all these plagues and all these different things on the news. All right, he pretty much puts together a, how do they say, like a video compilation of, you know, the daily news every single day, pretty much. You know, there's all these news clippings coming out, you know, whether it be every day. There's a couple brothers that do that, you know. There's some that do it every day, some that do it once a week, you know what I'm saying, or once every other week, or show you what the month is so that you can see all these signs coming to pass, man. Maybe you don't have time to sit there and watch the news all day long, but what? You can click on this here brother's video and see the whole rundown of the news right then and there, man. It's all put together. Then you could take that and go, you know, do your lessons with it, you know, even though that's a small, you know, a so-called small amount that he was given. But what? It is, you know, many members, but one body. You know, something so small can make a big difference inside your body, man. All right. Just like your ears, man. Or hey, put it this way. the hairs inside of your nose. Most people don't even think about the hairs that's inside of your nose, but guess what? That's helping filter out all the damn dust and dirt that's flying around. So when you be breathing in, you don't just, small dust particles and stuff like that don't just go inside your damn brain and shit like that. So what? Your nose hairs is doing a big job for you, but yet you don't even think about it that much, Same with your eyelashes and stuff like that, your eyebrows, so sweat don't get inside your damn eyes. You don't even think about that, but it's playing a big role. You could be out, at work and sweating and all this and that, but you don't even realize that something as small as your eyelashes or your eyebrows are protecting the sweat from falling inside of your eyes. It's a small thing, but it's playing a big role. It says, verse 29 again, for unto everyone that hath shall be given, and he shall have abundance, but from him that hath not shall be taken away even which he hath. All right, so what? If you out there, like the scripture say, if you out there planting these seeds, and there's fruit growing from you, look, you're a good servant, but you don't want to be that unprofitable tree where there's no fruit being, being put forth from that tree, man. You're going to be cut down, all right? Verse 30, and cast ye the unprofitable servants into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. All right, so what profited you to be getting all this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding? You understand that the prophecies are coming to pass. The Lord is coming back to save his elect. You understand that you're an Israelite. You understand all these different things. You understand what you have to be doing or whatever, whatnot. But lo and behold, you ain't pushing out this here truth to nobody. You're not trying to teach nobody. You're not trying to, the things that you was giving, you're not trying to go back out and put it back out to work, man. All the truth and knowledge that you was giving, you're not out there trying to flip it or trying to, gain from that. You're not trying to level up, more or less to say, you're not trying to go out there and preach whatever you got. Whether or not you got one precept that man, keep preaching that one precept till you gain more, man. All right. Hey, even if you putting out, this happened to me, man. I was putting out videos for a long time, a whole long time, man. And I was getting 0 views on all of my videos, but hey, I didn't let that phase me. I just kept on pushing the word, Then there was a point in time where I was getting, hey, it really jumped up to where I was getting thousands of views, you know what I'm saying? Then it dropped down to like hundreds of views, and this was like daily, you know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know whether or not, because Esau do be messing with the numbers where they'll show one count, when you're looking through your stream, but then when you click on the video, it'll be way more views than that. But nevertheless, hey, now there's, a increase, why? Because, hey, I was faithful in doing the work, even though there wasn't, so-called fruit bearing from the things. I was still planting seeds, And then when the Lord gave that increase, hey, there was food for the elect to be eaten from, My channel was full of videos for the elect to be eaten from, Had I would have gave up and I was getting 0 views, hey, man, yo, that would have been a show of my lack of faith. But what? Now that the Lord has given me an increase of viewers and things like that, my channel was full of food for them to eat from, Verse 31. Oh, let me go back to 30 again. It says, and cast ye the unprofitable servant into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Why? Because you got all this here truth, all this understanding and everything like that about you're an Israelite, the Lord coming back to save only Israel, the elect of Israel, and so on and so forth. But guess what? When that destruction comes, when the Lord say, depart from me, ye wicked servants, all right? But guess, how you think you're going to feel? Like, damn, I knew all of this and so on and so forth, but the Lord ain't even trying to save me. Yeah, because you wasn't worried about the rest of the sheep out there, man. You wasn't doing what the Lord commanded you of. You wanted to try to take this, and how they say, you was being selfish with this. Oh, I'm going to take this and I'm going to hide my light, and I'm going to just, tell me and my wife and my kids about this. That's all. That's all I'm worried about, man. You're not worried about nobody else but yourself, man. You have to go out and do this actual work, man. You got to actually go out and flip this here talent that the Lord gave you, man. All right? Verse 31, when the Son of Man shall come in his glory and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory, and before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on his left. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, come ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. So those servants that was out there flipping those talents, all right, that was flipping the work that the Lord gave them, all right, going out there to the highways and the byways and prophesying into the rest of the nation, all right, to the elect, you know what I'm saying? Those are going to be the ones that the Lord say, look, come and inherit the kingdom of heaven, man. You was out there doing the work, man. I gave you a task. You was out there doing the work, man. No matter how big or how great your how do I say, your lot is, you was out there doing the best of your ability, man. Just like, these casinos or whatever, whatnot, man. They got different levels of employees. You got the bartenders, the people walking around with the drinks. You got people, the dealers, the people counting the money, so on and so forth. You know, you got all these different people. You even got the janitors, right? You even got the dude at the front door, you know, for valet parking, man. So just imagine, you know, people was like, oh, you just a janitor or whatever, whatnot. But just imagine if the janitors wasn't doing their job, man. You got all these people in the casino. They trying to go to the bathroom, but guess what? There ain't no soap in the bathroom. Ain't no toilet paper in the bathroom, you know? There's trash piling up everywhere. All the trash cans are all full. What kind of experience do you think is going to be for the people that's inside the damn casino? They're going to be like, oh, this is a nasty place. We can't even go to the bathroom. Ain't no toilet paper or whatever, whatnot. All the trash cans are overflowing. This place is just nasty. Do you think that the bartender's going to be making any money? Because why? All the people going to be leaving the casino. They ain't going to want to come there no more. So all the way on up, you know, all these people are pretty much dependent on each other to do this their job, man. Even though the janitor has so-called the lowest job there, if he's not doing his job and things start backing up, then what? The card dealers ain't going to be making no tips and no money because ain't nobody coming to play cards. You know what I'm saying? The people at the exchange booth, they're not going to be there exchanging no kind of currency because ain't nobody going to be in there gambling. Ultimately, the casino, the bosses, the shareholders, whatever, whatnot, they going to stop making money. Why? Because the people don't want to come in no more. All right? Hey, well, let me just read this too. Verse 35, for I was hungered and you gave Salak. Yeah, verse 35, for I was hungered and you gave me meat. I was thirsty and you gave me drink. I was a stranger and you took me in. Naked and you clothed me, and I was sick and you visited me. I was in prison and you came unto me. Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee a hungered and fed thee, or thirsty and gave thee drink? When saw we thee a stranger and took thee in, or naked and clothed thee? Or when saw we thee sick or in prison and came unto thee? And the king shall answer and say unto them, verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye had done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me. All right, so what? Going back into feeding the hungry and giving them thirst to those that are thirsty, and clothing those that was naked, and those that was in prison, you came and comforted them and all that. That's talking about the elect that's out there in this here world, you know. They hungering for this here truth. They thirsting for this here truth, man. They naked from not having this here truth on them, man. They in prison in this captivity, mind, body, and soul, man. And what you supposed to be going out there and feeding them, giving them that drink, man, giving them clothing, giving them shelter, man, giving them a place to come and comfort themselves in, all right, and release them out of this here prison by giving them this here truth, man. All right. Verse 41. Then shall he say unto them on the left, depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels. For I was hungered and you gave me no meat. I was thirsty and you gave me no drink. I was a stranger and you took me not in. Naked and you clothed me not. Sick and in prison and you visited me not. Then shall they also answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee a hunger, a thirst, or a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in prison, and did not minister unto thee? Then shall he answer them, saying, verily I say unto you, insomuch as you did it not to one of the least of these, ye did it not unto me. Then and these shall go away into everlasting punishment, but the righteous unto life eternal. So what? You don't want to be out there thinking that you got this here truth and the Lord dealing with you and so on and so forth, but you just, hey man, you're not going back out into the lost sheep, man. You're not trying to feed none of them, man. So the Lord's like, yo, man, I gave you this here truth to go and feed the lost sheep of Israel. Go gather them back up, man. Nourish them, man. You know, hey, Ezekiel 37, the valley of the dry bones, man. You got to go out there and prophesy unto them and raise up these dead bodies, man. But what? You want to keep that onto yourself. So you got life into your own self, but you're not going back out there to help out your, how they say in the military, your battle mate, you know? You're not going back out there to go and help them, man. But what? You got to go, you know, you got to, as much as you was given, you got to go back and go back out and give it back out, man. All right. You didn't just get this just for you and your own self to you know, take heed to all of this, man. All right. Just think about, man, just think about that shit, man. Like if you were actually a man of the Lord that's actually out here on the highways and the byways pushing this here truth, man, I ain't got to explain it to you, but just, damn, man, like just imagine if you got all this here truth, this knowledge, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and you just holding on to it to yourself, man. I could just imagine my own self, man. I'd be bugging the fuck out of my own mind. Just like, damn, I know all this, but I ain't gonna say nothing to nobody. It would be eating me up, man. I ain't got no choice but to say something about it. You know what I'm saying? Just in my spirit, man. Whenever I see something, I just revert back into this. You know, even though I might see somebody that might that's probably not an Israelite or whatever, whatnot. You know, they start talking like, there's a dude at my job. There's a guy at my job, a customer I wound up seeing. You know, the first time I seen him, he's like, you know, you do know we're living in the end times, right? I'm like, yeah, I know. And, you know, he started talking about this and that. And I'm like, you know, and it was just burning me up on side. I'm like, man, I'm at work. You know, you an Edomite anyway, or I perceive that you an Edomite, you know, and I'm not really trying, you know, carnally, I'm not really trying to tell you this anyway. But like, you know what? Matter of fact, you know what the RFID chip is? You know, you trying to tell me about all your Christian stuff. Like, yo, man, you know what the RFID chip is? That's the mark of the beast. That's written about here, and so on and so forth, and so on and so forth. Next thing I know, I'm over here, you know, preaching unto this dude for a long time. But hey, that's just what's in my spirit. Because why? Hey, man, you brought it up, so we're going to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you what it is, you know? But what? It's just burning me inside. I didn't come here to do all this. I came here to do my job and just be up out of here. I'm actually on the time strain. I got to get going to the next spot, you know? But now, this is what it is, you know? And now, damn near every week, we sit here and chop it up or whatever, whatnot. And he always be trying to invite me to his church. But nevertheless, he's like, oh, you're very smart. You're very wise. You're this, and that. Hey, yeah, well, this is what the Lord gave me, man. You know, maybe, you know, if you're not an Edomite, you might be an Israelite because, hey, we were scattered into all nations. You know, we're not going to all look the same. You know what I'm saying? You would at least reconsider the things that's going on in your church. Why they over there preaching about prosperity and stuff and so on and so forth? Why you trying to invite me to your church? Why don't you hearken and realize the fact that, like, yo, I know way more than you know what you got going on, you know? You might need to go question the people in your church, you know? And let's just say that he was an Israelite or this happened to an Israelite. This could go and wake somebody else up. But what? Let's just say that it is an Israelite, right? Or there's a scenario just like that. You know, an Israelite keep trying to talk to me about church while I'm at work or whatever, whatnot. And they don't know they're Israelite, but then I go and, you know, start, you know, knocking on the door or whatever, whatnot, by stirring up their pure mind, you know, by telling them certain things, you know, and they just like, oh, you should come to my church. We got a good pastor. He always be making us feel good. But then I start breaking down the scriptures and the things they ain't never heard of about, you know, and they starting to realize like, oh shit, we in high times, you know, so on and so forth. That might wake them up out of that wickedness that they in these churches. Like, damn, I've been going to this church 47 years and they've been talking about prosperity and how Jesus wants us to make some money and so on and so forth. And you telling me about the mark of the beast is the RFID chip. I can see that in the you done broke it. It's clear as day to me. Oh yeah, the prophecies are coming to pass. Oh yeah, we are the Israelites. It is written in the scriptures. You start waking up and stirring up your pure mind. Why? Because you wound up going out there and telling somebody about this. You didn't just keep it back behind your own self, man. All right, you actually went out and you did something with these talents that you was given, man. It would be easy for you to just be like, you know what, fuck you, dog. I'm at work. I ain't really got time for this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just go. Hey, if you ain't got it by now, that's on you, man. All right, we gotta wipe the blood up off of our hands, man. That's why I'm gonna grab that and close out. Let me just finish this off. Oh well, yeah, we finished that. Let me grab that real quick. Ezekiel. This is Ezekiel 3 and 4. And he said unto me, Son of man, get thee to the house of Israel and speak with my words unto them. Let me jump down. Verse 17. Son of man, I've made thee a watchman into the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word of my mouth and give them warning from me. So that's the commandment. The Lord made you a watchman. All right. So you watching for the impending danger coming in. All right. So what? You got to ring the alarm when you see danger coming, man. You can't just sit there and be like, yo, shit, the enemy coming. Let me grab my shit and get the fuck up out of here, man. Everybody gonna wind up dying when you were set up to watch for everybody else's safety, man. All right. And what do you think? Just imagine you living in one of these old ancient kingdoms, right? And you was actually set up to be a watchman, man. But you decided to leave post and run when you seen the enemy coming, man. All right. And then some of your people actually wound up escaping from the little place you was living at. But their whole family then got slaughtered off and everybody wound up dying, man. Then they seen your ass like, man, motherfucker, you was supposed to be the one watching on the watchtower. You ain't warn us. You ain't tell nobody. You ain't say nothing to nobody. What do you think their reaction is going to be to you, man? Man, my mama died because of you, dog. My cousin died. My son and my daughter died because of you. They going to want to put your ass to death, man. All right. But let me continue on reading. Verse 18. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked ways, to save his life. The same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood shall I require at thy hand. All right. So what? The Lord gave you this here truth, gave you this truth, wisdom, knowledge, and this here understanding. He gave you all the breakdowns, but you want to just keep it for your own self, your own household. You don't want to go out there and tell the wicked to warn the wicked from their wicked ways. They still going to die in their wickedness, but their blood is going to be on your hand, man. All right. You're going to be right. Hey, again, that analogy I gave about the dude that I'd be seeing at work. You know, just again, imagine he was an actual Israelite going to these churches and so on and so forth. And I just, oh, why don't you come to my church, whatever, whatnot. And I just play the role. No, I don't believe in none of that. I'm not a religious person. Nah, I ain't in none of that. And then he just, and I know that he has a zeal to the Most High, but not of knowledge, And I just let his ass wind up dying, man. Just imagine this, man. hey, man, the Lord like, look, man, I sent you a prophet, but the prophet didn't want to talk to you, man. So that ain't really it's not really, you still gonna wind up dying, but I'm gonna blame that on his ass because I sent him, but he didn't want to prophesy, man. All right, you got to go do what the Lord commanded you to do, man. If the Lord gave you this here information, he gave it to you to wind up flipping it, man. If somebody gave you all the answers on the test, this is an analogy. If somebody gave you, you were going to a game show or whatever, whatnot, and they gave you all the little answers to all the questions, man. Put that to you so you can wind up winning, man. You don't want to be on the show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. You got all the answers to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and then you wind up not getting none of the answers right. When you had the little cheat sheet, like, bro, I gave you the cheat sheet to go win $1 million or whatever, whatnot, but then your ass didn't even use it, man. Why the fuck did I even give you the answers, man? Now we going back over here broke, big mama house getting repoed or foreclosed, the car getting repoed or whatever, whatnot, bro. We put all our trust in your hand, man. You were supposed to be the watchman. You were supposed to be the one that's going to make sure we get up out of these here calamities, man. But guess what? Now we all got to go down because of your folly, man. All right. Verse 19. Yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked ways, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. So what? You go out there and you prophesy unto them. You tell them whether they want to hear it or whether they don't want to hear it, all right? You wind up warning them and telling them what's coming to pass, man, and they don't want to take heed to it. That's all good. They're going to wind up dying, but the blood is off of your hand, all right? Let me just continue on. Verse 20. Again, when the righteous man doth turn from his righteousness and commit iniquity, and I lay a stumbling block before him, he shall die because thou hast not given him warning. He shall die in his sin, and his righteousness which he have done shall not be remembered, but his blood will I require at thine hand. So look, man, you're supposed to be also, reproving and rebuking, when you see your brothers go off and certain things like that, all right? Because why? If not, he gonna wind up dying, all right? But you didn't give him warning, telling him, hey, that's going off, man. Like, those Israelites that's out there that's got this truth, that know they Israelites, they know this here truth. They sitting at home studying and reading and watching videos, but they don't want to tell nobody. They want to maybe tell their wife and their kids, or maybe not even that. They just want to keep it to themselves, man. All right? They're going to wind up, and if you don't tell them, like, hey, you need to be out there actually preaching this here word, and they just think that, oh, I got this here wisdom, knowledge, and understanding for myself, and work out thy own salvation. That's all that they know about. They don't read about this here warning that was given. All right, then what? The blood's going to be at your hand. That's why you got to reprove and rebuke, when you see your brothers going off. Nevertheless, verse 21, nevertheless, if thou warn the righteous man, and the righteous sin not, and he doth not sin, he shall surely live, because he is warned, and thou hast delivered thy soul. So look, you're supposed to go out there and warn, the men of the Lord that's out there, if you see them going off or whatever, whatnot, give them warning so that they don't, oh shit, brother, you know what, you right, I ain't supposed to be doing this or doing that. You catch one of your brothers, doing maybe, let's say, something as simple as eating pork. Let's just say for some odd reason he didn't realize he wasn't supposed to be eating pork, and you and this brother happen to go out somewhere. Let's say y'all go to Subway, right? You at Subway eating at Subway or some shit, and y'all ordering subs. You get the turkey sub, and he get a sub, the ultimate sub or whatever, right? It's got ham on there, And you like, damn, this nigga finna eat ham and shit. Fuck that nigga, and you just whatever, man. He gonna wind up dying, but the blood gonna be at your hand. But then you be like, yo, you ain't supposed to be eating pork. It's written in the law. Like, what? We ain't supposed to be eating pork. Oh, shit, I didn't even know about that. Oh, shit, man. Salakia. All right, con. You got it. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, hey, man, y'all both gonna wind up, you'll wind up saving his soul and then also yours. But again, you can't just ignore these facts when you see your brother go off, man. Because again, you have a lot of Israelites that, you see him walking by. Oh, I know I'm an Israelite. Well, what are you doing forth with this here word, man? You basically just keeping it unto yourself. You secretly watching the videos and you're not telling nobody about it, man. This is why we have to give that their warning to you, unprofitable servants, that you need to be going out there doing the work, man. The Lord gave you this here truth to go out there and feed the lost sheep or gather the lost sheep of Israel, and then also feed them until the Lord come back, man. All right. So this is what the task that you was given, man. All right. So with that, Lord willing, the elect was edified with that. Until next time, I say, call halal YAHAWAH, BAHASHIM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHIM, RAKAKWADASH. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you, I can pushing this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. Until next time, I say stay strong and shalom.